Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to show you a quick and easy fall look. This is kind of my everyday makeup routine, and then I'm just going to kind of change up the colors. That way it makes it a little more fall. So if you would like to see this video, just keep watching. So first we're going to start out with some moisturizer and oil. I like to keep my skin really hydrated. I've started moisturizing back in high school, and it's just something that I have to do every single day and night. So I'm just going to put this on my face, and then once I rub it in, then I'll take a few drops of oil and I will rub it into my skin. And this is just, this one's Pond's. It's the anti-wrinkle. I like that one because it's simple, but it doesn't break out my face or anything like that. So, and then we're going to take a little bit of this Rejuvenique oil from Monat, and I'm just going to put it on my skin. I haven't done a makeup video in a really long time. Or I guess I did one, well, a few months ago, but I used to do them all the time, and I feel like I just haven't done one so long. Okay, so now that we did that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lip plumping stuff, and I'm just going to kind of plump up my lips a little bit and then moisturize them, and then I will apply my foundation. And then I'm just going to apply just a little bit of a lip serum. Voila! Okay, so now I have been using the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. This color is it's nude beige, but it's going to be a little bit light on me just because I did spray tan last night. And so it's going to just be a little bit lighter, so I will bronze up. Don't worry about that one. So, but it looks like this. And you can get this, of course, at Target, Walgreens, you know, Walmart, any place like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this with my fingers. I like applying this foundation with my fingers because it just creates like a really healthy, even glow. And it's not being absorbed in a sponge and not causing streaks with a brush. So I just found it's really easy just to put it on my skin. I can do a little bit at a time, and of course add more if I need to. Okay, so I'm just going to massage this into my face real quick. And the warmth of your fingers, I've said this before, especially with concealer, it breaks down your foundation and your concealer, which helps it spread out a little bit easier. And what I also like about this foundation is it isn't heavy. So if you're looking for a full coverage, this is not going to be your concealer or your foundation. This is more of a, almost like a tinted moisturizer light foundation. I like that it still shows my freckles underneath. I bet a lot of people don't even know I have freckles, but I do. Because they're always covered in makeup when I'm wearing it. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of concealer, and I like to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This one is NC20. And I love this stuff because it does not crease, it stays in its spot, and once it's set with powder, it's not moving. Like all day, it is staying right there. So I really appreciate that, because the last thing you want is a concealer that's going to, you know, crease and cake up and not cover or do what it's supposed to do. Like some of these little blemishes down here that are being rude. They were not invited to my face, and here they are. And I'm concealing all the places that I want highlighted too. That's what's going to give you that kind of brighter look. Especially if you're a tired mama, this really helps. And I'm just lightly pressing with my finger. The warmth of my finger is breaking down this product, which is helping it move easy. And you can always add more. Like this one has more on this side, so what I'll do is, as I'm pressing this in, I'll go back and add a little bit more over here. But it really helps just brighten up that under eye and conceal and not stick or cake or get yucky. Okay, so I'm going to take just a tiny bit more of that and I'm going to place it on my eyelids because I want to cover up the veins that are on my eyelids. And that way it kind of creates like a really smooth, pretty canvas and for your eyeshadow. And it helps it stick. It gives it something to cling to. So if you don't do that and you wonder why your eyeshadow is halfway down your face come 5 o'clock, that could be why. Okay, so everything is done and now we are going to set with some powder. So the Airspun powder is my absolute favorite. I really like this one. It's the translucent and I've tried other powders and I always go back to this one. 1, for the price, and 2, because it just simply works for me. So I like it. So I'm taking a Sigma tapered brush. Might be an E or a F35. I'll look up and see exactly what it is, but these brushes are a few years old, so they've been rubbed off. So I'm tapping it in, and then I'm going to just kind of tap off the rest of it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is kind of press underneath. That way it gets any concealer that might be in any little lines, it smooths it out. So then we're going to take it and we are going to press. Keep looking up while you're pressing. That way it helps set any lines that you have underneath your eyes too. It already doesn't crease, but that just helps it to really not crease. Okay, look up and press. And then once you've pressed with looking up, then you can go back and add more. So I like to kind of move it down, especially in the area that I want highlighted. And I'm simply just pressing this into my skin. I'm not rubbing too much, but I'm mainly pressing. Okay, and then we're going to take a little bit more of that powder and we're going to go in every spot that we highlighted and or that you are oily. So we'll do a little bit right here in between the brows. We'll go down the nose. Do a little bit in between the creases of our nose. Go on our chin a little bit. And then one big area that I have noticed that I have to actually double powder is right here. So how many of you noticed that by the end of the day or your work day that this part of your face is like blotchy? Like your contour's crazy and this is blotchy and it just looks like a hot mess. Well, think about your hands being against your face, your phone being against your face, hugging people, like stuff like that will cause it to fade away. So what we're going to do is take this powder and we're going to press right here. And that way it's really, really packing in our foundation and setting it so that it is not going to slide off our face by the end of the day. And same for this side. Alright, so once you have done that, take the rest of it, whatever's left, and go over your eyelids. That way you're setting that concealer and it's not going to crease whenever you're doing your eyeshadow. Okay, now I'm going to set my face with a face powder just because It's what I do. It's what I've always done. I can't ever do the super dewy look because my face has to be set with powder. So this is the KBC Cosmetics, the Baked Mineral Powder. I've used it for I don't even know how many years. That's always my go-to. So I'm going to take it and just bronze up my face a little bit. And I like to take this powder and press it into my skin, not so much swirling it around. I just like to press. And I know my face might look really light compared to my neck, but I promise you I'm going to fix it. It's just because I tanned my face last night and my neck, as it needed a touch-up. And now it's got me looking cray-cray. Get in that hairline. Like I said, I'm pressing into my skin. I'm not like rubbing right now. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move into contouring our face, which is one of my favorite parts. Who doesn't love like thinning out their face? I know I do. Okay, so I'm taking the Oval Mop brush. You guys know this is my favorite. It's my go-to. And I'm also taking the Smashbox contour palette. And I'm just going to chisel out my cheeks, down my nose, my forehead, all those places that you just kind of want to slender up. So let's go. Okay, so what I do is I suck in my cheek, and then I'm lightly holding this brush, and I'm just going to, wherever it's dark, that is where you want to contour. Don't contour anywhere else. Suck in that cheek, get that line, leave it alone, okay? Alright, so here we go. And I'm lightly going in little tiny circles, not even a circle, but just kind of lightly moving it. I'm not rubbing it like this because this is going to cause that powder and foundation all to shift and move, and we just want to lightly put this contour in place. Be sure to also bring it up into this hairline. So you can see the difference. One side's a little skinnier than the other. Okay, let's do this side. And remember, a little bit at a time, and then you can always go back and add more. Okay, and then I'm going to smile and kind of do a Nike check. So what this is going to do is kind of carve out that cheek for me. Okay, and then I'm going to go down my nose. And if you ever feel like you've gotten too much on your nose or it's too dark, too noticeable, go ahead and take a little powder brush and just kind of press that powder down the side of your nose. And this is going to help just make it look a little bit more natural. Okay, and then we're going to go on the forehead. We're just going in the hairline and lightly fanning it out. You do not want a big streak of bronze across your forehead. Please don't do it, I beg of you. Just take it and just lightly put it in that hairline and then lightly fan it out. You do not want brown, massive color and then white in between your eyebrows. I mean, at least I don't. And we're just going to get our jawline. I like to kind of bronze up the chin a little bit. Go underneath your lip to kind of push it out. Of course, as an illusion. Alright, now I'm going to go back and just kind of touch up my contour a tiny bit more. Okay, Now, because my foundation was too light, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of bronzer. This one is Natural by Bobbi Brown. It looks like this. And I'm going to take a little bit and I'm just going to kind of lightly dust it everywhere, blend on my neck, and then just kind of lightly blend it on my cheeks a little bit. Because what you don't want is a bronze neck, a bronze contour, and then a pale white skeleton face. You don't want that, so just kind of bronze it up a little bit. And then if that kind of blends your contour to where you know, it isn't as noticeable, then take that bronzer on your blush brush, suck that cheek in, and just kind of bronze it. And I'm using like a very light hand. I'm not using super duper heavy, and I'm not scrubbing my face with the brush. Okay, now that we are a better color, I'm going to take this tapered brush that I had the translucent powder on, and I'm going to take it and kind of press it right in here. So this is going to take off any bronzer that landed in this area that we don't want, because we want to keep that area highlighted. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of blush. This is Kaepop. This is their Super Shock Cheek, and it is called Kaepop Flushed. So this is kind of like an orangey color. You can kind of see it. So it's kind of creamy. Their lip or their cheek stuff is a little bit creamy. So what I'm going to do is just kind of take my finger, and I'm going to rub my finger in there. Looks like this. And then I'm just going to smile and just put it on the apples of my cheeks. So this just gives me a little bit more color, but not too much. Because I also want it to blend with that bronze. And because this is more of a fall look, I want to be bronzy, but I also want like a little bit of this coral orange look to me, or to my cheeks, instead of being like a super pink or something more spring. You know, it kind of ties in with that bronzer. Then I'm going to go ahead and go in and highlight. So I'm just going to take the back of my contour brush because I forgot my highlighting brush. Now I don't feel like getting up. Alright, so I'm going to take it and I'm just going to smile, and I'm going to get right here. You see where it's bright already? So we're just going to go ahead and take this and just kind of lightly place it right there and go in a C shape. And do the same for this side. And then I like to smile and kind of brush it on the apples of my cheeks a little bit, which also helps that blush to kind of pop a little bit more. Then I'm going to take a tiny bit down my nose, on the end a little bit, top of the lip. Okay, so now we're going to move into the eyes real quick. I forgot my palette. Be right back. And I'm back. Okay, so I have the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a mixture of these colors, and I'm just going to kind of highlight a little bit under my brow bone. And then I'm going to take one of these just kind of lighter taupe colors, and I'm going to kind of carve out my crease, but not heavy, like very, very light. And then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to place a color on my lid. So here we go. This is kind of like I'm just playing like as I go, so I don't really have color picked out. I'm just going to play and see. So I'm taking my finger and I'm just placing that highlight color underneath my brow bone. And then you can take a little bit of it and put it kind of in the corner of your eye, just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. Open up that eye. You want your brighter colors on the inner part of your eye and the darker colors on the very outside of your eye, especially if you have little eyes like I do, because that's going to help open it up. Okay, so now I'm going to take this blending brush and I'm going to take just this taupe color, dust off the rest, and I'm going to take it and literally lightly buffing it into my crease. Nothing fancy, back and forth like a windshield wiper. Plus I also have lashes on, so I try not to get too crazy with my shadow because I like my lashes being the statement for my eyes. Alright, so I just have that in, so now it's a little bit carved out. So now I can take my finger, and I think I'm going to use, I think I tried this one earlier and I really liked it. Yeah, I think we'll use, I don't know, I like this one too. Okay, well, maybe we'll use a mixture. We could do that. Okay, so I'm going to take a mixture. So I'm going to take this one. If you have this palette, you can see it's this one right beside the bright blue. So I'm going to take that one. Wait, no. Yes. I'm going to take that one. And then I'm going to take this bronzy brown, which is in between the green and the reddish brown. So I'm going to take those two colors and just mix them together. And then put them, I'm literally taking my finger and I'm going to put it on my lid. Taking a little bit on the inner. And I'm not doing anything fancy, guys. I'm literally putting it right there and spreading it out. Just like that. Okay? Okay, so we're going to take that color again. This one by the bright blue. And then this one by the dark green. And then put it on your lid. I wish I had someone working my camera so they could like zoom in on me. I need to figure out how to do that for you guys without having to get up and like move it every time. Okay, so if you get really high up, like sometimes you can do with your finger, just go back in with that kind of light taupe powder and just kind of blend out your crease again. That'll just help kind of tone that color down and blend it out so it's not like a heavy line. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and take, I'm going to take this color right here. It's the middle between the top and the middle one. I'm going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to stick it right in the middle of my lid. Just right in the middle, just dabbing it on. I don't even know what these colors are, otherwise I'd tell you. And just dabbing, and this kind of has like an orangey kind of look to it. And you can blend it out just a little more, but I'm keeping that exactly on the lid, I'm not moving it up. Okay, and then I'm going to take this brush again and just kind of blend a little bit more. Alright, and then I'm going to take the color, this color right here that was by the dark green, and I'm going to take that and put it underneath my eyes. And this is just a short shader. Looks like this. Okay, and I'm just placing this underneath my eyes. And you don't want a ton of this because you don't want it to fall out underneath your eyes or be too dark to weigh your eyes down and make them look really small. You just want a tiny, tiny bit just to look a little bit smoked out, but nothing crazy. I'm like, why do my eyes look so weird? And it's because these brows aren't done. That's why. Okay, so I'll finish my eyes and then do my eyebrows. They're bugging me. Okay, so I'm going to take this KBC Cosmetics. It's just a gel liner, but it's in a pod. And I'm going to take that and I'm just going to put it on my bottom waterline. And this is the color brown. I like brown. I do black a lot, but I like brown. And of course, you know, you can always add more. I feel like with makeup it's better to add a little bit and then go back and add more if you need to. Okay, there we go. Alright, now to apply a little bit of what are my makeup products? I don't know. A little bit of mascara to the bottom lash and break stuff while I'm at it. And this is just Great Lash by Maybelline. Super simple, super easy. It's one of my favorite mascaras, especially for the bottom lash. I feel like it just really gets the job done. The other day, I was applying my mascara and I decided to sneeze. And a big old blob went right underneath my eye. Of course. Okay, so now let's take care of these brows before I lose my mind. Because they are, not cute. Okay, so this is KBC Cosmetics, the brow gel, or pomade, or yeah, one of those. Same thing, I think. Anyways, it looks like this, and I'll link all this below, so don't worry. But, so I take this, what's it called? Flat liner. Looks like this. And I like to do this because I feel like I can really get that sharp line right there, and it just helps to not like go everywhere. Like it stays flat. Unlike an angled brush where I feel sometimes you can get a little crazy with it. Okay, so I'm just going to do my brows. And what I like to do is I really like to try and keep my eyebrow shape. I don't like to go overboard and overdraw, nothing crazy. The only place I will really overdraw is right here at this arch on top because it really brings your eyebrow up, which is like an instant eye lift. And then we'll just, so I swipe this way to fill in the color, and then I swipe up to fill in the color this way. And then make sure this little line right here is straight and clean. And of course, my battery stopped because it got too hot. So, lips. Anyways, I just plumped them a tiny bit. I didn't do too much. So I'm going, to apply some lip balm. Just to make sure my lips are smooth and not crusty. Nobody likes crusty lips, girl. Okay, so I'm going to take Spice Lip Liner by MAC, and I'm just going to line my lips. So I'm going to show you a nude version and then a darker lip because I don't really do darker lips too much anymore. I just like nude. It's easy, it's simple, it's classy. I like it, so I do it. But I'm going to show you with the darker lip too. Okay, so first we will do the nude because it's easy. So here is the nude. By the way, this is Jennifer's Nude by L'Oreal. And it's my favorite. It's like a pinky nude. It's so pretty. I love it. Okay, so here is my look. Let me kind of toss this dirty hair around. Hasn't been washed in a few days, but okay, so here is this look with my nude lip. And then we will put the darker lip on. Wait, I need toilet paper. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of blot this off. So that my lip liner's still there, but I just fill in my lips. Okay, so I'm going to take this Uncorked by KBC Cosmetics. It's kind of like a wine stain color. And I'm just going to apply it. I almost felt like I looked like a clown there for a second. It's so dark. I'm not used to dark. I haven't worn it in so long. Okay, and then I'm going to blot it just a little bit because I'm a blotter. Okay, and so then here it is with a darker lip. Now this one is, it kind of is a little bit purpley. I don't know, it's hard to tell with the lighting if you guys could see, but okay, so here is the darker lip. I don't know which one you guys prefer. I have to remember when I get closer to my camera, this light gets brighter, so it washes me out. So I want you guys to be able to see the color. Hopefully you can. Okay, so this is dark lip. Did the nude lip. You can pick whatever you want. Of course, totally up to you. If I were going out, like during the day, I would definitely do a nude lip. I might do a darker lip. I'm just so weird these days. I like just simple. I don't know. Anyways, so here we go. Okay, so let me know what you think of this look. If you want something a little more in depth, a little more of a challenge, then let me know. But you guys know, if you follow me, I like to keep it simple. I like to keep it real. Okay, so camera died again, of course. So I went ahead and I put on the nude lip back on just because that's more my comfort zone. It's more me. It's what I love. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys what it would look like with a darker lip. But have to tell you, nude is my groove. Okay, so I will list all of these products down below, so don't worry about jotting them down and, you know, trying to get all that and rewinding. So I'll have them all down below for you guys. And if you have any questions or if you have any more video requests, just leave them down below. Be sure to subscribe and like this video if you liked it. And my goal, is to get to 20,000 subscribers by January. Like, by the new year, I want 20,000 subscribers. So, you babes help me out and let's see if we can get there. So, alright babes, well thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was easy. I hope it gave you some information. And like I said, any questions, leave them down below and I will see you guys next time. Bye.